One day you looked up and realized an entire year had passed, and you could barely remember what happened in it, not because it was a bad year, not because anything went wrong. It just moved through you, like weather, like background noise, like something that happened near you instead of to you. And if you are somewhere past 25 and you have quietly started feeling like your days are full, but you are not fully inside them, then something is happening that nobody warned you about. And it has nothing to do with how busy you are. It usually arrives with something small, a birthday that produces no feeling, a promotion that should mean something but registers as procedural. Someone asks what you did last weekend and your mind offers nothing, not because the weekend was empty, but because you were there for all of it and none of it fully landed. And then a stranger thought arrives, one that is difficult to say out loud. I feel like I am watching my own life instead of living it, not from a place of pain, not from crisis, from something quieter than that. You are sitting in your own apartment, in the life you built, surrounded by evidence that things are working. And yet, there is a thin pane of glass between you and all of it. You can see your life. You can describe your life. You just cannot feel your way into it the way you used to. You have conversations and they go fine. And 10 minutes later, you cannot recall what was said. You complete an entire workday and drive home and realize you were present for 8 hours. Without experiencing a single moment your brain will bother keeping. You eat dinner, you watch something, you go to bed. And the next morning, it is as if yesterday was a rough draft that was never finalized. You are not absent. That is the strange part. You are showing up. You are answering. You are functioning at a level that looks from every angle like someone who has their life together. And yet, somewhere behind your eyes, there is a quiet distance between you and everything you are doing, as though you are standing one step behind your own experience, close enough to manage it, but too far back to be marked by it. And here is the part that makes it worse. Your life right now is probably fuller than it has ever been. More responsibility, more autonomy, more of the things you spent your entire adolescence wanting, and yet it feels less vivid than a single afternoon when you were 14, doing absolutely nothing, lying on the floor of your bedroom with music playing and nowhere to be. That is the contradiction no one prepares you for. Not that adulthood is empty, but that it can be completely full and still feel like it is happening at a distance, that you can have more than you have ever had and experience less of it than you ever have. There is a reason for this, and it is not emotional. It is neurological. When you were young, almost everything was new. First classrooms, first cities, first time staying out late. Each of those experiences forced your brain to pay close attention and encode the moment in rich, vivid detail. That deep encoding is what gave life its texture. That feeling of being fully, physically inside your own existence. Your brain was not measuring time, it was measuring novelty. And when every day contained something it had never seen before, life felt thick, vivid, almost slow. After 25, novelty thins. Routines solidify, patterns repeat. Your brain recognizes what it is seeing and stops encoding at the same depth. Not because it is broken, but because it is efficient. It has seen this day before. It runs the program without recording the footage. And something else disappears that no one mentions. Structure. From age 5 until roughly 22, life had built-in milestones. Grade promotions, graduations, first jobs. clear signals that you were moving forward, that something was becoming. After 25, that scaffolding is gone. The road is not empty, but no one built markers for it. And without markers, even real progress feels indistinguishable from standing still. But the deepest layer of this is not about time or milestones. It is about what happens when your brain stops being surprised by your own life. Because when encoding slows, you do not just lose your grip on time. You lose something harder to name, the feeling of contact, the sensation that your experiences are actually touching you, that your days are not just passing through you, but pressing into you and leaving something behind. That is what people mean when they say nothing feels real. They do not mean life is bad. They do not mean life is empty. They mean they are here for all of it, every meeting, every meal, every morning, and none of it is fully arriving. And maybe that is the strangest part of being an adult past 25. Not that something went wrong, not that your life fell apart, but that everything kept functioning, kept filling your calendar, kept looking perfectly fine from the outside. And quietly, without anyone noticing, you stopped fully arriving inside it. Not because you left, because at some point your life became familiar enough that your brain stopped making sure you were there for it. And that distant, muted, hard to name feeling that sits behind everything you do, the one you have never said out loud because your life looks like it is working, is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It is just what it feels like when you have been present for years of your own life and your brain decided that none of it was new enough to make you feel it.